Hey everybody, this is Melina or M from Scrapbooking with Me, and welcome to our first annual virtual retreat with Scrapbooking with Me. And if you purchased the bundle, or if you purchased this individually, this is the mini accordion album, and we are doing a Christmas theme. And if you bought that class, you were in the right place. We are about to do the class tutorial on how to make this pretty little album. And what I like about this is when you are displaying it, you don't need a stand, you don't need anything. It's got its own box and it stands perfect for wherever you want to display it. And if you have this kit, we apologize that there are no labels, but each kit is distinctive and we will be able to help you along to find which kit is what. This one is the only kit that has a roll of score tape in it. So if you have a kit with a roll of score tape and the little clip, bulldog clip, this is the kit for this project. So go ahead and get this kit that's got score tape and the bulldog clip out, and that is the kit we are using for this project. At the end of the video, so if you purchase this kit, you are in the drawing, and we will draw at the end of the video. It is a $25 gift card to the store, scrapbookingwithme.com. So, that's always good. Okay, so you have score tape. You have baker's twine and a bulldog clip. Y'all have to forgive my hands. I've already done the inky watercolor card and it's pretty stained. So just forgive me. I have washed my hands. They're clean. They're just stained with ink. Then you have some die cuts. And you have some pattern paper. Now, everybody didn't get the exact same pattern paper. I just picked this one up. But you do have pattern paper, and they are double-sided. You can use whatever side you would like. You have... oh, more pattern paper. There we go. 4 sheets of pattern paper. You have 3 sheets of white cardstock. And then you have a full sheet of cardstock stickers. So a full sheet of cardstock stickers already has the adhesive on the back. So that's always a good thing. Okay, so we are going to start. Of course, we're not starting with the decorating, so all the pretty paper goes off to the side. We're starting with our white cardstock. And you are going to start by cutting one of these sheets of cardstock in half. Now, I'm having to get the mentality of we're making three, because my other 2 classes that I teach, we were making 3 of each one of them. We're only making 1 of this beautiful little mini album. So, you've got plenty of cardstock. Okay, so we are going to cut this cardstock at the 6-inch line. Now this is 12 by 12 cardstock, so you don't have to worry about which end is the long end because we're 12 by 12. We're cutting it at 6 inches. So cut right down the middle and you get your 2 sheets of cardstock that are the same size. So you've got your 2 pieces now of cardstock, 6 inches by 12 inches. Then you are going to cut 2 inches off of both. So you're going to get your paper trimmer at the 2-inch mark, and you're going to cut 2 inches off of both, giving you 2 6x10 sheets of cardstock. So that's our base. 2 6x10 pieces of cardstock. Alright, so once you get your piece of 12x12 cardstock cut at 6 inches and then cut 2 inches off of each piece, you're going to have 2 6x10 inch pieces of white cardstock. And you are going to score each one of these at 4 inches and then again at 6 inches. So the 4-inch mark and the 6-inch mark. Okay? Same thing here. The 4-inch mark and the 6-inch mark. Okay, so this mark here, this piece right here is going to be your side spine on it. Okay, so you're going to get your bone folder and you're going to go ahead and fold over your score lines. So you've got that. And that. Okay, then we are going to adhere these two. Okay, you've got your, you can get where the light isn't showing. You've got your spine here and your spine here. Here's your 2 pieces. And you have a spine and a spine. Okay, and then those are going to fold over on themselves there. So you've already made your box or your base for your album. You're going to use your score tape that comes in your kit and you're going to adhere these two on top of one another and making sure that you are placing this on this side, the right side of your score line. So don't let this flap go on over into your spine. Make sure that it is on this side of that score line. So when you're folding, it doesn't flip up or fold up. Okay? You're going to put it all over the bottom. Do not go over into that 2-inch spine mark. Okay, and then you're going to get your backing off of your adhesive. And this is good and sticky. It is not going anywhere. Alright, so there and there, and before you put down, make sure that you have a 2-inch spine here and a 2-inch spine here before you put this on top. And we do, so we can put down right on the outside of that score line. It is very sticky, so it's not going to be forgiving once you get it down. It's down. There we go. Right inside that score line. There we go. And then use your phone folder to make sure it is on there good and really adhered. Okay, so there is the back of it put together. And here is your box shape done for your base. All right, now what we are going to do is cut our piece that is going to go on this back side, your tip in. So you're going to go ahead and cut that tip in part. Now that is why you have 3 sheets of white cardstock, because you're going to need one of these sheets is going to be your accordion part here. And then you have a whole 12 by 12 sheet to use for this one little tip in right here. All right, and this tip in, I am no good with measurements. Mama helps me with my measurements because math was not my strong suit in school. And so she has helped me with this tip in measurement because it is not 4 by 6. Now this card base, this album base is 6 inches tall. And so each one of these, except your spines, of course your spines are 2 inches, and then these are 4 inches. And then your accordion piece that you're putting in is going to be 4 by 6, and it's going to, fold out. But your little tip in has to be just a smidge smaller so that it doesn't go over those score lines any and buck up on you. Okay, so our tip in piece has got to be 3 7/8 by 6 3/8, because you've got a little 1/2 inch piece that you're going to score and adhere down to get the flip. Okay, so 3 7/8 by 6 3/8 is how big you need that tip in piece. All right, so our first cut on the tip in is 6 3/8. So 6, 1, 2, 3. 6 3/8. That's going to be our first cut. I've been showing y'all this paper trimmer from the bottom because that's how I cut at home. And I realized that y'all are not even seeing the numbers when I'm cutting at the bottom of the paper trimmer unless I show you. All right, so that's 6 3/8. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to cut at 3 7/8. So, see, I can't see the top, but I'm going to do it for y'all. All right, 3 7/8 is right there. I've never been good at those 1/8 of a hash mark, whatever they are. Never been good at that. And you would think that is so easy. There's 8 hash marks in between each inch, and you should be able to do that. Oh well. It has no bearing on my math teacher in school at all. It was just me. All right, so we are going to score this at 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch here. And you're going to score that, and that's going to give us our little tip in. Put this down. And fold over there. And then you're going to put your score tape, because this is how it's going to go. Your little tip in's going to go right here, and you're going to flip up like that. So you need your score tape on this back flap right here. So go ahead and do that. That's Mama just a tapping, working away over there. Okay, so you're going to, I flip mine upside down so I can see where this tip is going. And you're just gonna put that maybe a 1/16 of an inch from the very top. All right, so there is your tip in, already in on your base. Okay, and now you are going to put in your accordion piece. Okay, so you are going to keep your tip in flipped up. That's why you need to do your tip in now, so that your accordion pieces that come out from that are covered up. That little tip in piece, that 1/2 of an inch that we just glued down, that's covered up with your accordion. So that's why you put in your tip in first. So it's always good to follow instructions. Now we are going to use that other piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. And easy peasy, you're going to cut it at 6 inches. And that is going to be the only cut. You're going to score it to get your accordion spots, but you just cut it in half at 6 inches. So you've got 2 6 by 12 pieces of cardstock. And see, this piece is going to go there and cover up, and then you're going to start scoring and accordioning them back and forth. So you're going to score at 4 inches and at 8 inches. And same with this one. It's a 6-inch piece by 12-inch, and you're going to score it at 4 inches and 8 inches. Okay? Then you are going to score over, fold over your score lines. Either way is fine because you're going to accordion them. That is not an easy word to say. Accordion them back and forth. You're just wanting to be able to fold easily when you do so. Okay. That's your first piece. And there's your second piece. Open end on your left. Fold down. And then you're going to sandwich this open end to the left also. And then fold down and then fold over. So there's your accordion pieces. Okay? And you need to get them right in the center of that so that they are not folding over on those score lines. Okay? So, let me get the finished one out of the way here and show you how to assemble this one. Okay, the easiest I found when I was making this was to go ahead and sandwich the 2 pieces here in the middle before you start flipping an accordion. Okay, so before you add here, go ahead and do your sandwich piece in the middle. So you've got open end to the left, fold down, sandwich piece, fold down, and then fold over, and then when you get to the end, your open end of the accordion is to the right. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. It's a little difficult to explain, but that's how that works. So you can go ahead and get your base out of the way for just a minute. We're just working with the accordion pieces. So as long as you are starting with your open end to the left, and open end, I mean there's not another piece. Opened end is to the left. You've got 3 folds, 1, 2, 3. And then you've got another exactly the same. That open end is still going to stay to the left, and you're going to sandwich those 2 together. Okay, so use your score tape and put on here. and sandwich those together. I'm going to be saying accordion and sandwich in my sleep tonight. There. And there. And then I always put a piece in the middle, just so if you have someone that is looking through your mini album and they are a little bit rough, whoops, that it doesn't come apart. So take all of our backing off. We've been dealing with some crazy sun out here in the shop today. So the lighting is back and forth, which I'm used to my dark dungeon at home when I do my videos, so I guess this is just regular lighting out here to Mom. There's that one. I forgot to take that off. Okay. So always looking at your accordion pieces by open end to the left. All right. This open end to the left is sandwiching with this end here. So you put it on this side of the score line. I'm going to flip them upside down here so I can make sure to get it on the correct side of that score line. There we go. Now flip it back over for y'all's sake and burnish that down. Okay, so got flip, 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 and flip. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's your accordion piece right there. Now, if you start to adhere down and this piece looks to be too big for that to get it in between the two spines there, you can always trim that down just a hair. And I think I'm going to, just so that it doesn't get all caught up whenever I fold those spines over. So I'm going to, just like a 1/16 of a sliver cut off here. Yep. Just that teeniest of tiny little 1/16 of an inch I trimmed off of my piece that's going to go on the base here, just so that it fits securely in between those score lines. And when I fold it over, see, it's going to be on that inside of that other score line. Okay, so I just barely trimmed off a little 1/16 of an inch right there, just so I wouldn't have any bulk up of that. All right, I'm going to cover this entire base. So when you get done with this base piece, remember you have the two pieces on the back here, and then you have another piece on top. So that's going to be 3 layers plus your little lip from that flip in or tip in or whatever it is. All right, so you're going to put score tape down here. And you're going to cover up that 1/2 inch lip that you had with that tip in. And I'm going to adhere this down really good because that accordion piece has quite a bit of weight to it. So you want to make sure it is not going anywhere. Okay, and get your backing off. I know Mama's got a pickup tool around here somewhere that would get that up a whole lot faster than my fingernail.
What now?
The tool you use to get your backing off your score tape? Yay.
See how I bent it?
Oh well, it still works. You were rough on it, wasn't you?
Well, I think me and Daddy both rough on it.
Okay, so your little piece that you cut the little 1/16 of an inch off of that one edge just so that it would fit in between the score lines goes here. And remember, open end to the left. I know I'm saying that a lot, but I don't want you to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up either. That's why I keep saying it over and over and over. Left, open end to the left. Okay, so you've got your tip in, and you're going to score that over. Okay, you've got your flip in, tip in, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to get it over just a little bit that way because it was trying to go a little whomper jawed on me. Okay, and then and your box. So your base is completely done. Full base and your tip in. Now for the fun part, the decorating. Now, you can decorate this any way you would like. This is the example. I had a big piece of cut apart paper that I put there, and that's just some little die cuts. On the edges is some stickers. And of course, there's pattern paper on every piece. So every, it's all covered up. And I just left a tiny little 1/8 of an inch, if not a 1/16 of an inch. Barely showing on some of these. And then every accordion piece has pattern paper on both sides, so that's going to give it some weight too. And then the tip in has pattern paper on both sides and then on that base part. Okay, so this is where the fun begins and your creativity comes out, because you get to decorate it any way you would like with the pattern papers that we've given you. Now, I went with a lighter color on the top of it just because it was going to have like a title or whatever on top, and I wanted the base pattern paper color to be a little lighter so it wouldn't look as busy. So I'll go that same route, and I'm thinking about I think the holly paper will look pretty. Okay, so your pattern paper mats are 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. Now, if you want less of the white showing, you would do it at the 16th mark to make it a little bit bigger so you would see less white. I did 1/8 of an inch, I'm pretty sure, on all of my pattern papers. So 3 7/8 by 5 7/8 is what you need to cut your pattern paper for these bigger parts and your accordion pieces. Not the tip in or the spines. The spines or sides are 1 7/8 by 5 7/8. That's how you're going to cut your pattern paper for the spines. And then your tip in, the pattern paper, is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So let me write that here. That's the spine sides. And then tip in times 2, because you got front and back. Front and back. Tip in piece is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Inches, inches, inches. These are all inches, US measurements. This is all of your other mats. And then this is your spine or sides, and then this is your tip in here. Okay, so I'll leave that there in the corner. And let's start decorating this. I'm going to use my lighter shade, and you should have gotten a variety of pattern papers, so you should have one that has a lighter background if that's what you're wanting to use for your top. Now on the back, which will be the exact same size, I use the exact same, and I'll probably do that this time just because I liked how it looked. So the front and the back, I used the same pattern paper. So I will need 2 of these at 3 7/8 and 5 7/8. So 5 7/8. Five and 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then you even have another piece when you cut just one strip of your 12 by 12. You even have another piece that you can cut down and use again also. So there is my front piece. Now I did right underneath, left on top for my box. I guess you can go either way you want to. But so my left arm is going to be the top, and that's going to be where I put that mat there. Okay, so you'll have to flatten it out. This is your top, and you can use your score tape that you got in the kit, or you can use your tape runner, however you want to adhere this pattern paper. But I will go ahead, since I've got it right here, and use the score tape that come in the kit. And adhere to the front and the back. So my front or top of my box will be this, and then also the back base will be this. So I've got this flipped over. I'm going to decorate this flap that's going to go on top. So that's going to be the front of your box there. And if you want to pause me and take time to distress the edges, you can do that, but I like the clean look of this, so I'm just going to go with this. Alright, and then I'm going to put the same pattern paper on the back. So this is where your album opens up. This is the front. Flip it over, and I'm going to put that same pattern paper on the back side, or the base of it. Now with this album, these flaps and places for your pictures are 4x6. So if you get your pictures printed 4x6, then you would just need to cut like a little 1/8 of an inch off of each edge of your picture. And if people are like me and take pictures like I do, you have plenty of space to cut off the edges of your picture and add into your album. Alright, so front, here's the back, and I'm going to adhere this on, this mat onto the back. Here. There. Okay, so you got your front and you got your back. All right, and then I just go ahead and go to the spines, and then you have your outside all decorated. And I think I'm going to go with this pretty red plaid as my spines. And remember, the spines are 1 7/8 by 5 7/8. 1 7/8 by 5 7/8 inches. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do my 5 7/8 here. And then I'm going to flip it and do my 1 7/8 here. There's 1 and 2, and then if you want to go ahead and do them for the inside spines, you can go ahead and do that too, because they're the exact same measurements on the outside as they are on the inside. And I think that is what I'm going to go ahead and do, because I really love this plaid paper that I'm working with. There will always be some pattern papers that you love and stuff, and then there'll be some pattern papers you wonder, why in the world did the manufacturer make that pattern? But to each their own. Some people love it and some people don't. All right, so for your spine, there's your mat. So you've got 4 of those cut. And then, of course, you have the back side. You can do the back side if you want to on the inside and do it different on the outside. It is yours to do how you would like. Now, for the spine, I want to fold it out as flat as possible before I put score tape or my pattern paper on there. Just because when it's sitting up and squared in its box, it's not as sturdy. So I'm going to fold that out, and I'm going to put it on the pattern paper. Look at that. Y'all almost let me put that on the base instead of the pattern paper. And why do we need to put it on the pattern paper? Because the pattern paper is smaller than the base. And there I was about to put it on the base, and then I would have had sticky to have to pick up and fix. Okay. So there's that. Y'all are probably so much faster at scrapbooking and paper crafting and all this other stuff than I am. I take so long to do this. Okay, so there's this, and now I try to get my spine and my sides lined up together, and making sure that none of it is on the score line. You get it lined up together, and then it looks, you know, cohesive all the way across. Now, to do this side the same way. Now remember, this flap is going to be under this one, so you can do that and in a different color pattern if you want. But I'm going to go ahead and do this spine, and I'm going to do the inside spines the exact same way. So if you want to pause me or you want to fast forward me, I will get these put on the inside and outside and be right back to you. All right, so we've got our front, our back, our spines on the outside, and then our spines on the inside. Now it's time to figure out what pattern paper you want on this inside flap. that's underneath the top, and then your inside book flaps here. Okay, so let me look here in my pattern paper that I got. And I think I want dots on the insides here. And then for this one, I want my reindeers. And I dropped some paper. My reindeer. Okay, so 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. Here's your flaps. Cut my branding strip off, and I didn't cut all of it off. There we go. And then I should already be, no, that's not gonna be right. Okay, so 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut here on the long end because I've already used this side of that paper, so I'm going to use the back side and go for 5 7/8. And then cut these at 3 7/8. So I need 2, 1 and 2. Well, make a lot of noise for that, didn't I? Okay, there's that, and I'm just going to adhere those down in just a minute. This is your accordion piece, not to get confused. Tunfused. Don't get tunfused on me. There you go. There's your accordion piece. That's your 2 inside flaps. For this one, I'm going to cut this reindeer paper the same size, 3 7/8 by 5 7/8, and I will be right back to you and have that done, those 3 flaps done. Okay, so you've got your front, you've got your back, you've got your 4 spines, 1 2 3 4, then you have your inside flaps, and then you have your underneath flap that's underneath that top part there. Okay, so you've got all of that decorated. And now it is time to decorate your accordion and your tip-in. Okay, now if you want to go ahead and put on decorations, you can, but I like getting all of my mats put on and then coming back and putting on my decorations. Remember, if you have some directional pattern paper like this reindeer was, don't cut it the wrong way, because you'll have sideways reindeers or up and down or whatever. You'll have reindeer going in a weird direction, or Christmas trees or whatever. So when you do your tip-in part, see, I made sure not to use directional paper on my tip-in part, because if you use directional here, it needs to be looking at you this way and not upside down when you do the tip-in and flip it. So see, like those, that was some reindeer and that was directional paper. So I had to make sure I cut it the correct way when you are cutting directional paper. I know that Mama has said she has cut paper before and the reindeer be sideways or the tree be sideways because she cut it the wrong way. And I've done the exact same thing.
I use them anyway.
She don't care if her reindeer look drunk or not. She just likes to put it on there. So there is that, and we are going to cut for our tip-in, and that tip-in needs to be 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. But then this base part needs to be exact same size as your accordion pieces, which is that 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. Okay, so I'm going to go and get these decorated, and I will come back to you. Now remember, on the accordion pieces, you're going to have, not counting the flip end, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mats that you need to cut for the accordion, and that's not counting the tip end, because you got front and back. You've got the front side of your accordion, and then you've got the back side of your accordion. So you need 9 mats for your accordion pieces, and then you need 2 pieces for your tip end. Okay, so I'm going to go and cut my pattern papers that I want for my accordion, get those cut, get them put on, get my piece cut for my tip end, get those put on, and then I will come back and we will decorate with die cuts together, and I will show you how to get the baker's twine and the bulldog clip put on, and we're going to be done with this, guys. All right, so I will be back in just a moment after I get my pattern papers cut, and we will decorate. All right, so all of our sides, all of our faces are decorated. There's all of mine decorated, and my tip end. Okay, so all of that is decorated as far as mats go. And now you are going to use your die cuts and your sticker sheet to decorate. And of course, I think the very front of mine will be a big die cut of some kind, and this Merry Christmas. I love that. So maybe that, or, oh, I like that. So on your front, and you're wanting to lay it flat. I had this die cut in my kit that I picked up to do along with y'all, and I'm going to put that at the bottom there in the center, bottom center, and then I'm going to put Merry Christmas, and I'm going to put it at an angle just so that all of it will be on there. I'm going to bring it down some, because it is a little wider than what my mat is. I'm going to put it at an angle there. That is cute. I like that. Merry Christmas. And then on the inside flap, on the other one, I just put, one bigger sticker right here. And I think I'm going to do the snowman. And just put him here on the edge for when you open him up. You'll see the little snowman there. And then on the inside flap, well, let's go ahead and do our little spine. So if you have some circles or like this pine cone, that's cute. Could put the little pine cone right there. I like that. And then on the other side, I think the oh what fun maybe in the sticker sheet, or oh no, that, well, no, my spines are red, so I want a different color than that on my spine. So there's something to think about. If you're going to put red on the spines, your whatever you put on the edge doesn't need to be red also, so it will show up well. Let's see here what to put on the spines. Oh, I know what. That's cute right there. the little memories thing that I got in my die cut piece. That's cute. Memories on one side and the pine cone on the other side. I really like that pine cone, so let's do that. That's the little ephemera that I got in the kit. You will have ephemera too. All of it will not be exactly like mine, but you will have ephemera also. So the outsides of the spines, I'm doing these 2 die cuts. Okay. And I don't put anything on the back because it might be, you know, laying on the back a lot. So I'm not going to put anything on the back. And then you will just go through here and put whatever decorations you want. I put more stickers in here. This is just the demo that I had of papers and stuff that I had at my house. And then you can put stuff on these mats if you want to, but I plan on putting pictures, so I didn't want to cover all of those up. So I just put stickers on my inside flaps, my inside spine, and then that very top of that accordion. And then none of the rest of them have any stickers or, you know, bling or any kind of stuff like that. So now let's get into getting that bulldog clip that you have in your other bag and your piece of green and white baker's twine. Now, what I did, see, I just had a different kind of bulldog clip on that demo. But on this one, you will leave the bulldog clip, you will leave this clip like this when you put it on. And this just keeps the album together, especially if you have it standing up. And you'll just clip it on the top there. And you'll leave these up because you're going to put your baker's twine on that top piece there. So you're always going to leave these little arms up because that's what's going to keep your baker's twine on there. And you're just going to tie a bow. And what I did was, to make sure that it's secure, is tie the knot first so that it's secure on your bulldog clip or on your whatever this clip is called. The one that I used on the demo was called a bulldog clip. This one has the arms that move on it. That one that I had didn't. But it does not matter as long as it's clipped and holding your album in place. See, it's not coming apart. It's held in place with that clip. Now I'm doing the bow, and those little ears are too big, so I'm going to pull it in some. And then you're just going to pull your tails down whenever you get your bow to the length that you want them. And that works for me. So if you want to cut off the tails, of course you can, or you can leave the tails long like that too. I like that too. However you want to do that. But that is our mini accordion album, all finished. Here is the demo one that I made. And then side by side with that one. I think they are so cute. And like I said, you can finish decorating on the inside. I know y'all know how to decorate. And this is how I decorated it on this one. And then you can decorate the mats if you want to. But I'm going to put pictures there, so I didn't decorate those mats. And I did not decorate the tip-in. So you can do it however you would like with what die cuts and stickers that you got. But that is the demo. And then this is the one that we just completed, guys. And I think we did a really good job. So now, before we go, end of the video, we have to draw for a winner of that $25 gift card to the store.
And I washed the bucket.
And look, it's all nice and clean. No more watercolor all in it, nastified. It's all clean. She did that after I commented on how nasty it was the last video. And then our winner for this class is Donna Myers.
Yay, Donna!
Donna Myers is our winner of the $25 gift card for scrapbookingwithme.com. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave us a comment below, and we will answer them as well as we can. And you have pattern paper left from cutting your mats, and you have enough. At the very beginning when I was cutting all my mats, I thought, oh no, they're not gonna have enough, but you'll have plenty. You still have pattern paper left over. So if you have any questions, let us know and we'll answer in the comment section below. And y'all have a great day. We will see you in the next class. Bye, everybody.